Hey guys, what is up? It's AJ from Brock the Staple here, and today we have a massive video. And like I said a few videos ago, we're going to be photo matching game used jerseys. I'm going to show you guys how I do it, and you guys can figure out how to do it for yourselves, and maybe we could both teach each other some things along the way. So I have level 1, easy, my Josh Bailey game used jersey. Level 2, harder, my Mike Green game used jersey that I showed you. And level 3, impossible, my Vince Dunn game-used Niagara Ice Dogs jersey. I'm begging someone to help me photo match this. We'll get into it. There are 3 tiers of Made in Canada game jerseys. 1, the lowest tier is just a regular Made in Canada jersey. These are not the same as the ones you could buy in most stores. Now with Fanatics back, they are selling them, but with Adidas, they did not sell the Made in Canadas. All the ones that we were able to buy at the pro shops and the team stores were made in Indonesia, I believe. Made in Canada is the same exact material the players wear. So that is the lowest tier, but it still is a $400 to $500 jersey. I think $500 with Fanatics now, which is a lot of money, but it's for super collectors and people who want the best quality stuff. Still a lot of money. There's game issued jerseys, which these are in direct contact with the team and could be used in an actual game. They're issued by the team for a game. So they are the same exact jersey as the Made in Canadas, but they're issued from the team. And then game used was actually worn in the game, which is pretty self-explanatory. To know if your jersey that you have is game issued or worn is sometimes quite difficult. I have a few jerseys myself where the marks aren't really that prevalent and there's not much where to try to photo match. So if you have a game used jersey, usually it will come with a certificate of authenticity. I'll put mine for my Josh Bailey here on the screen and it will say game used on it. If you buy a jersey and it doesn't have that letter, it's a little bit risky, I'm not gonna lie, at least in my opinion. Post-editing AJ here. Some teams have not game-worn tags on their jerseys, making them game-issued. I know I said that it's a little bit difficult, but some teams have been putting not game-worn tags somewhere in the jersey on the fighting strap, as I'm showing you above. So that is one way to tell if it is issued or used. But back in the day, they weren't doing that as much, so it still is a difficult situation, but I figured I knew this and I'd update you guys properly. Going forward, I hope teams do this more just to make everything a lot easier and a lot simpler and have everything, in the same space. If it's backed by a site like MyGray and it has a MyGray tag on it, you can look it up and you'll be set and you'll know what the deal is on the jersey. But a lot of teams don't use MyGray anymore, unfortunately. So you really can't tell unless you have that letter or you can see distinct marks or wear. How can you tell what year your jersey is from? This is a very important question because that is the very start of photo matching. With MyGray, there's a tag inside it, as you see on the screen, saying what year it's from. So at least you can go to MyGray, see the year, and you can start looking if it is issued or worn by going through the catalog Excel sheet thing. With this jersey, obviously we have the patch telling us it's from 14-15, but there isn't anything inside it that says it. So if it didn't have that patch on it, we'd have to really do some research to even try to figure that out. But with the Islanders, I know that with the Reeboks, they have worn a lot of patches over the years, so you could cancel some out. And it's not that difficult, at least for the Islanders. For other teams that don't wear, the anniversary patches like we've had the last few years, it can be more difficult. I think the Islanders had this in 14-15 for the last year at the Coliseum. 12-13, they had the 40th year patch. With these jerseys, there's only like a year or two they didn't have a patch on. So it was pretty helpful. So your jersey's game worn. You know what year it is. Let's say it's 14-15. How do you know when it was used? The NHL does sets of jerseys. Usually it is 3 sets. Right here, my Josh Bailey is a set 1, meaning it was used from preseason all the way till end of December usually. That's when they cut it off, around December. No one knows the exact dates for sure unless you're using MyGray, who has it down perfectly. Shout out MyGray, I love MyGray. Give me a discount code. But if you don't have it with MyGray, how do you tell? This is a set 1. Usually it does run, like I said, from preseason to December. Set 2, anytime after set 1 is done. Let's say January to beginning of March for set 2. And then set 3 march until the end of the season, and sometimes they do use set 3 for playoffs, but that is very rarely, from my knowledge at least. How can you tell what set your jersey is from? If you don't have the letter that says it, then it's going to be a little bit more difficult to tell. With the New York Islanders, at least, this is what they do. At least they show you what set it is by putting the 1 there. I do like that a lot. Makes it a little bit easier. Whereas the Dallas Stars will put it in the fighting strap and say it's set 1. Some teams have different ways to go about it. I don't know how every team does it, or if every team does it, because I don't have jerseys from every team. Also, awesome jersey. You're getting a whole visual of some of my collection right now. Alright, so we have the year, we have the set, we have the jersey. Now, how do we photo match this jersey right here? This is the easiest one out of the 3 to photo match, and here's why. I was able to photo match this mark right here to a video. Yes, a video, not a picture, a video on YouTube of opening night 2014 at Nassau Coliseum. The last home opener at the OG Nassau Coliseum, which is really cool because Josh Bailey did have the game-winning goal. I was watching the game because I was looking to buy this jersey, and I know he did score the game-winning goal. So I was like, if I can match it up at all and guarantee it's this jersey, I'm buying it. I love Josh Bailey, one of my favorite Islanders ever. And it's just such a historic goal. Not that too many people are going to freak out about it and drop to their knees if I ever show them this jersey. But for me, it's a really cool moment, and that's why I bought it. While watching the YouTube video of the entire game, there was a break in intermission after he scored the goal, same period, with that mark on it, as you're seeing it on the screen now, which is absurdly hard to find, especially from a video 10 years ago. So being able to see that mark in a video that old was so rare and hard to find. I wouldn't count on doing that for many jerseys, but this was a very, very rare case. How to usually go about photo matching is looking at the marks, going on Getty, typing in the time period of when this jersey was used by the literal months, because you can do that on Getty, so you can kind of narrow it down to each set, which is very nice, if you know the set, of course. But then just looking for marks and trying to match them up. Now, sometimes the marks won't show up on the earlier pictures because they did happen later on while this jersey was being worn, but you never know. It could be difficult. There could be issues. There might not be any good pictures of the player. So there's always that. Definitely for the NHL guys post-2010, it's a little bit easier. The pictures are a lot better, but any older jersey, it's going to be difficult to photo match, which is fair enough. Technology has gotten better since the 80s, the 90s, and even the early 2000s. We were able to find the mark on the back against the Toronto Maple Leafs, a game I believe they played in November. So we could photo match it through the video and through Getty Images, that he did wear it in that game. Now, there's other marks on this jersey I could have also photo matched, but just for time's sake, I'm not going to photo match every single one. So we at least know that this Josh Bailey jersey was used in the home opener and against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Probably more games as well, but just for time consumption, we're going to go with that for now. Now onto the Mike Green jersey. This jersey is from My Gray. It's used in 2013-14, so at least we have a lot of information on it from the get-go. We can see the exact time it was used through My Gray, so we know the first game it was used and the last game, which is nice, as I'm showing you guys right now. So at least we have a date range that this jersey was used, and we can go through pictures from there. This jersey is a little bit interesting, though, because it does have the A on it. There's pictures of Mike Green wearing this jersey without the A on it. They probably took it off and on a few times, but the A is there. So I'm assuming they didn't have two separate jerseys. They were just stripping the A and putting it back on when he was wearing it. Maybe someone was injured. Maybe they had rotating alternate captains. I don't know. But like we said, we do have the time period of it. And this one was really hard to photo match. You're seeing a lot of nice marks and a lot of nice wear, even on the shoulders. I sat down for maybe 2 hours trying to really photo match any of the marks. And I think I only possibly had one picture where I'm like, wow, this is probably it. And it's because of these tears. I'm going to have a slideshow going on the side of every photo match I believe I made of this jersey during this time period it was used. There wasn't much. There wasn't really much. Like I said, only on the arm, I think against the Philadelphia Flyers, that was the only mark photo match. But I was still able to photo match other tiny details in the stitching, which isn't very common, isn't very usual, but sometimes, and in this case, was very necessary. I was able to look at threads hanging off some stitching, like this 5 right here, and photo match it to other pictures of Mike Green in games, having that 5 during that time period mis-threaded right there. So it was kind of crazy, it was kind of weird, and even a tiny detail as this right here, I was able to photo match. So I was able to photo match threads, not actual puck marks for this jersey, which is very uncommon and rare considering how beat up this jersey is. But hey, that's the game sometimes. So we were able to photo match it, just not in the way that I was expecting to when I bought it. Here we are, the final and impossible jersey to photo match. This jersey was only used once for the final game at the Ice Dogs home arena, the Jack Gatecliff Arena. To my knowledge, it could have been used for a practice or something. I'm not too sure. There's nothing out there on this jersey. This was used on March 16th, 2014. Like I said, the final game of their old home stadium, the Jack Gatecliff Arena. And there's nothing anywhere. I found one YouTube video of them celebrating the shootout win. And you could see Vince Dunn wearing this jersey there. But it's so blurred out and not, good quality, I can't match anything. If this jersey was only used for one game, there's some really good puck marks on it, but there's no photos anywhere on any Getty, on any OHL image, on even the Niagara Ice Dogs website using Wayback Machine. There is nothing I could find of them wearing this jersey except this one YouTube video. So if anyone knows what I could do, I'm probably going to email the team just to see if I can resolve it. Not that it's the end-all, be-all. Vince Dunn wore it. He signed it. And I know he played in that game. The smart thing to do is email them, ask them if they have any pictures of Vince Dunn wearing this jersey in that game, and maybe I'll make a video on that. Maybe that will be another video coming soon. That's actually a good idea. Big brain edge. But Vince Dunn's such a good defenseman in the NHL. I got this for real cheap, too. It's a very historical jersey, in my opinion, at least. They wore it at the last ever game at the Jack Gatecliff Arena. So if you're a big Ice Dogs fan and can help me out, please. I'm so desperate. I'm going to email the team probably. I'll make a whole video on trying to photo match this. But, yeah, I tried everything to my knowledge. If anyone has any ideas besides emailing the team, let me know. Because I looked even through some random photographers' photos from that season. Nothing from probably the most important game of that season. They weren't that good that year, I don't think. So you think the goodbye to their stadium they played at for so many years would be a pretty big deal. Guess not. But hey, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you could add any information on photo matching jerseys, please put it in the comments down below. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I'm somewhat new into this field, but I believe from what I've been told and what I've done, it's effective. I know the Bailey one was easy. The Mike Green one was more difficult. This one, impossible. But I'm trying to help out anyone that I can. And if you could help me out as well in any way or form, I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely want to do more photo matching videos, more game use videos, because that is the biggest part of my collection. Maybe I'll even do a collection video soon. If you want to see that, let me know. But I do appreciate all the support I've been receiving. Hope you guys subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out till the next video.